Hi, welcome to CMS. Let's continue now how CMS will present for you or forecasting for you your project status till completion. In last lecture we present how CMS will give you the full report and give you your performance status for your project and for each activity. Now let's see how CMS will make for you a project forecasting. CMS here proposed some assumption or assumed some assumption. First, that he's asking you if the time schedule is strictly impact the project. Of course, it is impacting the project. If you have another information, just tell him. But the time schedule is impacting the project. This question only just to make him consider the delay and the delay cost in his calculations. So of course the time schedule is affecting and impacting the project. Second question, CMS asking for the maximum delay penalty according to your contract, which commonly it is at 10% of the project price. That's the maximum delay penalty. So you'll insert here your percentage, your agreed percentage. Third question, he's asking for the daily delay penalty. How much will be deducted from the contractor in case of delay every day? Actually, CMS calculated according to the common practice of the contracts, which is the total amount or the total price of the project times the maximum delay penalty, all this divided by the total duration for the project per days times 5, 188,703 every day of delay. There is another cost also for the delay. Yes, it will be the daily administration cost. When you have a delay, you will pay this amount for the client, or it will be deducted from your amount if you are a contractor, plus you will have another expenses, which is your administration cost every day. CMS consider this administration cost from the total project overhead. If you need to change, you can change. Of course, also if this delay penalty is not like the same equation which I informed now, you can change according to your agreement. So these 4 items you can change according to your project contract and agreement. Here CMS is informing you that the maximum delay and administration penalties will be 2,405,000. That's for how many days? Because you delay till now approximate 11 days according to the status till now. He's telling you that's the maximum of your delay penalties. Then CMS start making his calculation to estimate the cost at completion. Let's have a brief about these calculations only for your information. Whatever required for you, only this to allow CMS make his calculation and estimate the project cost at completion. Of course, as we know, according to PMI, there is 3 or 4 equations to forecast the estimate at completion. We have here 3 cases used by BMI to estimate the cost at completion. Case 1, if the value of cost performance index are always unstable, and when you have every month the CPI is not unstable, so BMI didn't consider the CPI in his calculations. He have an equation telling the estimate at completion is the actual cost plus the budget at completion minus the earned value, and it will give this amount. Remember that our budget at completion is 249,806,370 dirham. That's the budget at completion. So that's our budget. That's the budget of your project. That's the amount which shall be expended in your project. But according to your delay, PMI telling that in case 1, if the CPI are not stable, so your estimate at completion, instead of 249, it will be 250. That means we need an amount of 245 to complete your project. The second case, if the value of CPI are always stable, and if you have a stable CPI, every month almost you have the same performance index for the cost. So he will consider the CPI. In this case, the equation, it will be estimate at completion equal budget divided by the CPI. In our case, because we have a very low CPI, your cost will be approximate 285 instead of 249. Of course, a big variance. In case 3, if value of SPI, which is the scheduled performance index, is considered, strictly impact the project. What will be the equation? That's the equation. Estimate at completion equal the actual cost plus the budget at completion minus the earned value till now divided by CPI times SPI. In this case, if you consider this, and because we have a very less SPI and very less CPI, your budget at completion will be 472 million instead of what? Instead of 249. So now we have a 3 figures or 3 values. Which one you will use? Which one is correct to present and to tell that's my budget at completion? This or this or this. CMS also solve this problem, and he will recommend for you what is the considered and the reasonable number according to your performance and according to the maximum delay penalty. Where he gives this recommendation here in this conclusion, he is telling you in the conclusion that the project is over budget, and that's true, as we saw. The project is behind schedule and they need to crash or fast track. This also correct, as we saw. Because the time schedule strictly impacts the project, consider case 3. You saw case 3, which is 473 million. But the calculated SPI, which is 0.6 as we have, it exceeds the maximum impact. So we'll neglect the SPI value and consider only the maximum penalties. And because of value of CPI is unstable till now, because we're still in month 1 or month 2, that means we don't have another figures to know if the CPI is stable or not. We don't have 3, 4 or 5 months before to compare with to know either it is stable or not. So CMS telling us because of the CPI is unstable till now, so we can consider case 1. That means we'll consider case 1 plus the maximum penalty. Here is informing us the estimate at completion is 250, estimate to completion is 245, plus the delay and the administration penalty, which is 2,405,000. That means the estimate at completion is 252 million, and the estimate to completion to complete the project is 248 million, and the variance at completion is minus 3 million. That means if we continue in this situation, our expenses will be 3 million more than our budget at completion or more than our project budget. That's how CMS give the report and forecast the estimation at completion for your project. Just let me clarify what the meaning of the SPI impact exceeds the maximum impact. If you remember, CMS here use this all information to make the calculation and to provide what's the maximum delay impact. We have here this amount as a maximum delay, which is considered as only 1%. That means if the SPI below 0.99, it will not be considered. According what? According to this information, because CMS incorporating the schedule performance index and the delay on the schedule. We have only 11 days delay on the schedule, but the SPI is 0.6, which is indicated for too much delay, but the actual delay is 11 days in the schedule. Maybe this too much delay happened because of work in the non-critical path, as you'll see later in the later stages in your project. So what CMS is doing? CMS is incorporating the value of the SPI and the actual delay on schedule, on the project schedule. And that's very important and very good advantage and opportunity by CMS for the users. Accordingly, he neglected the SPI, which is 0.6 in this case. The project is impacted by the time schedule, but to use the SPI, it's not logic. as we saw now, it give us double price of the project, and it is not logic. So CMS already neglected, and instead of it he used the case 1 because he considered the CPI is unstable because it is not, we don't have another references. If we have another references, CMS will make a comparison between all the CPIs, and they will inform either CPI is stable during our project or not. Accordingly, he will choose between these. Now we have the full conclusion and the full report from CMS project wise. And next video will explain how CMS will give you a cost control for each resources in the resources cost control. Thanks for watching, and see you in next video.